3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Noodling Around. I'm Matt Creamer. This is Matt Creamer Audio, and sometimes I go by Norm Rad. You know what? I just bought this thing called Perc X, and I kind of wanted to just make a video of myself opening it up for the first time, seeing what it's like. Full disclosure, I got a little bit of a cold, so my voice is a little gross. Hopefully that's, I've been putting this video off for like 2 days because of it, but now I'm just, I gotta do it. I gotta make this video. So I'm gonna dive into this thing real quick, but first, feel free to subscribe to my channel, feel free to look at my Twitter, check out my soundtracks. All of them should be up and available on one of these links. Just check them out. Check out my, what's that? Not a big deal. Alrighty, here we go. I don't know what I'm doing. I've only opened up a couple of things so far. Here's the first patch. I bought the Pro version, so it came with multiple preset packs here. I don't know, I really liked the sound of this, and with one of the projects I'm working on recently, this just felt like it would fit. And I was using Damage before, Heaviosity Damage, which is a great library, but it's been done. It's well, you can recognize it when you hear it in projects. So this was new, so I was like, all right, this feels right. It feels right. It feels good. Do it. Let's hear some patches. I already don't know how I got that on screen. So they got their own video as usual. They have their own video that shows how to really dive into some of the stuff. I'm just gonna show you some of the sounds, and I'm gonna do this very fast. Let's do a new lightning round. That's what we'll do. Where I'm just gonna blast through sounds, and then I'll start fiddling around with stuff afterwards. And we'll see you guys there if you enjoy what you see. Damn. So I don't know if there's, sounds like there's just one preset per, maybe. So like this is the Bionic, preset. What am I talking about? Not preset. This is the preset, but the pattern, I guess. Yeah, pattern. Good Lord. Remember, this is the lightning round, so I'm gonna dive into these after and see what the heck I'm listening to, or what I'm listening, what I'm hearing, what it actually is. I'm excited to dive in because I want to see what this thing can do. For now. It's funny. And yes, yes, you can play these like a sample library. I'll get to that later. Like, these aren't loops. I mean, they stress that in their video many times. It's not loops, even though what you're looking at looks like a loop. And you can open up 2 at once, so there's mix 1 and mix 2, so I don't know, I could load 2 of these and then... Lots of room to get zany there. Let's unload what I have here. Is that how you do it? Oh, I actually got it right. Nope. I don't want that. I want to go to mix A. Unload. Form ranks. You form those ranks. I really like all the reverse and slides in. That's something that I don't think Damage had a lot of. It had some, but not a lot. God damn, it sounds good. All right, let's skip ahead here. Let's hear what Special Ops sounds like. Shudadun, shudun, shudun. Level up. Soap. Don't shoot me so. I can't remember Modern Warfare. I just really like that they've set these sort of ensembles together, and it shows you down here what's in this one. So this one's got the China cymbal, the clock, the frame drum, fingers, rev stabs, reverse stabs, I assume. Solo Grand Casa. I dig it. And you can play just the pattern for individual ones here. This feels like a good purchase. You know when you buy some software, audio software, and you immediately regret it. This is not that. This feels like a good purchase, and I know I'm gonna use every single one of these probably. You know, I used to be really against loops, even though these aren't loops. I used to be really against loops, but I'm starting to come around to them when you need to get something done really quickly, and you just put down this, and then you can write your bass line or write your thing to it. It just gets you to the next level of creativity really quickly. And then you can, if you want, remove that and put your own drums in after, although I've never actually done that. So, but yeah, but by the way, yeah, I like that concept now, because it helps me get to the creative part a little quicker, because I stress over the minutia of making my own kit, and like, look at some of these ensembles. I don't know where to get stutter ticks and bell trill and small bells and blah blah blah. Like, I know where to get them, but I don't know. I don't have like intimate knowledge of percussion ensembles. So that was the cinematic rhythms. So if you you know, it only comes, the basic one only comes with the core kit. But then if you get the Pro, you get these other 4 as well. And they say there's going to be more, and they're usually around $40 each, or maybe a little more. So, you know, it's a good deal. I thought it was a good deal. All right, this is the lightning round, so we're going quick. Over the top. It's a great movie. Cool. Speaking of over the top, man, I've been watching a lot of like pro arm wrestling lately. WAL. Man, you guys should check that out. It's actually really, really good. I've stopped watching UFC entirely. I'm just an entirely pro arm wrestling guy now. And it's good. I'm learning a thing or two. It's going to be my retirement sport. When I retire from dodgeball. That'll be my retirement sport. Still a little sick, remember? In case you can't tell. Oh wow, I blasted through this. Like, man, I've bought so much stuff. I've spent so much money on audio software. And so many of it was immediately disappointing. Like, and I don't want to throw people under the bus. Maybe I missed the boat, but Storm Drum 3 I bought, and I thought it would have like kind of this world percussion thing, and it'd be really good for world percussion, and it just ended up being this weird, like it's like 100 gigs, and almost all the samples aren't like playable hits. They're all like, oh, well, we hired this amazing performer and he does this on the cymbal, and that's when you hit a button. Like, what? How am I supposed to use that? All right, we gotta hear Fallen Angel. That sounds kind of cool. All right, how's that gonna be a sample? You get out of here, bunch of rascals. Okay, I'm breaking my own rule. Lightning round. Pause. Lightning round. I want to see. Edit. What the hell is going on here? Like, I don't know how to do any of this stuff yet, so. Ooh. Sounds great. It is neat though. Something about wait, click on this again and click on what was it? What was it now? There's so much to learn. It is, you know, it seems like a pretty user-friendly thing, but also it's got just a little bit of complexity to it that you know, I'll have to figure out before I'm pro ace at it, but you know, okay. I just wanted to see if those whisper samples were like, yeah, if you hit the key, it does that one, but oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, by the way, this monitor with my keys, it's got like a little delay to it. More than this one with my voice. I'm pointing at it like you can see. Alright, so that's core kits. Those are the ones that come with the one by default. Hybrid kits. Cat's meowing. Wait, I don't want that. There we go. Jesus. That's beefy. Excalibur. Cool. Vengeance. Deep Tychos. God damn. What is this? That's a weird one. Alright, let's turn these back on. Tripzilla. Maybe, you know what I'll do? This is the lightning round after all. Let's go to Producer Essentials. After the lightning round, I'm gonna figure out what the heck I'm doing off camera and then come back and give you guys an actual sensible breakdown. Like, I feel like there should be more than, like, they've got these amazing ensembles, but there's only one pattern for each one, and they're great patterns, but they're like four, like, you know, 4 bars. Pretty fresh. God, I could easily use that. I love that they got the scratches in there. It's really eye-opening to see some of these stuff that I should be doing for my own drum patterns from now on, for sure. I got scratches here. Oh no, those claps. Those were scratches. Titan kit. Wow, I really blasted through this one. Sounds big as frick. Alright, we'll try Deep Suspense and then we'll go on. Oh, we gotta try Cyborg after. I know they said there's somewhere where you can change the velocity for the entire kit with one knob, but I'm not sure yet where that is. You can see there's some fanciness here. I don't have anything set, but right. Well, let's move on. Oh yeah, right. Cyborg. Cyborg. do traditional X. What is traditional X? Like, I guess they all kind of sound similar. Like, this one obviously is a little different because it's got a Middle Eastern vibe. But maybe that's where, you know, each one of these doesn't necessarily need another pattern because they all kind of sound similar. I mean, it should also be mentioned, I bought this because it was on an insane, like, 50% off sale. And it just came out. So, it's new, it sounds good, and it's cheap. So that's another reason I'm making this video, because I'm sure some of you guys are also wondering, what does this thing sound like? So here's what it sounds like. Freaking huge! Swoosh! Alright, let's try Voyage and call it lightning round over. Well, gosh dang, that's a huge collection of really well produced and beefy sounding patterns and ensembles and kits, or whatever you want to call them. So now I have to figure out how this thing can be wielded. You know, like, okay, so these are their patterns, but you know, how would you make your own patterns with your own drum fills and stuff? And you know, how does it work? Are you just supposed to drag the MIDI onto here and like one long thing, or are you supposed to save the MIDI and drag the whole MIDI file itself on? That remains to be seen. I'm gonna figure that out, and I'll get back to you guys momentarily. Hey everyone, welcome back. So I've dove in and I've checked out more features in depth. I'm not an expert by any means, and so what you're gonna get here is my raw deep dive on some of the more detailed features of Perc X. So first, the thing that I know I can show you very easily is that it isn't just loops. It is actually like a sample library if you want to play it that way. So when you hit these buttons here, the target button, which puts something into manual mode, then you can play it as if it's a sample library. So you can play your own sounds or your own rhythms or patterns or whatever. So fast bongos, for example. I don't know if there's a solo button, but I just want to hear the bongos by themselves. Well, anyways, I'm sure it's the bongos you can hear there. So if I put it in manual mode, here's all their different samples. And then they've got a dynamic range here, which I guess blends the dynamic samples together, and a pre-roll thing where you can remove the start of a sample if it's like one of these ones that has a build-up. But anyways, here, check it out. Here's what their bongo sounds like as a sample library. Cool. Cool. Kind of get a little phasing if you hit them both at the same time. A little bit. I don't know if you're supposed to hit them both at the same time. They give you two buttons here, mostly as a way of doing rolls. Cool. So let's just hear some more of these by themselves. Let's try blacksmith. Ride. Wonder why it gives me multiple. Oh, I'm still in. Why don't I just do this? Instead of doing them all one at a time. This one have a pre-roll. Why don't I? Okay, here's a good demonstration of, here's with the sample by itself. And if I remove the pre-roll, it kind of, sorry, excuse me, gross. Gives you a whole new sample, which is kind of cool. Oh, sorry, I didn't play the whole sound before. Huh, there's multiple sounds there. Let's see what metal crashers sound like. These are awesome. They're processed too, which I actually really like. I don't have time anymore for like it sounds exactly like it and you can process it yourself. Like, I don't know how to process smack troll toms. Help! Sound humongous. Kind of a weird way. And then all together, I wonder if there's a button to just turn all of them on and all of them off. Jesus. Keep going. Let's hear some of these. Actually, you know what might be easier? Let's go to a new patch. And I'm going to go to instruments. Just load these up into something that's gonna be easier to fiddle with. I'm looking at the SFX right now. And they have these, which I guess narrows down your search. But yeah, I don't really know. Okay, well, let's go for full organic. Does it come with built-in effects? Because why is it like bop, 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 bop? See, the thing that's weird to me right now is that, okay, here's their default pattern. If I go to the edit mode now, which I'm really hesitant to show you guys anything of because I don't know how to work it and I'm just making it look so awful because I don't know how to use it. And I really do try and avoid using these in basically every VST I've ever purchased because I like, you know, putting them in myself. But with the pre-rolls, that's something where it's like, this is very helpful and very useful and something I should probably start looking into with this one especially. So this one, does it have it? So they had a pre-roll option here. If I go back to mix, see how it does have pre-roll, but I don't necessarily see one when I look at the edit, because the reason why I was saying like I might want to use the key editor in this is because if you put the sound right here, for example, on this beat too, it loads the pre-roll ahead. So the part that you hear, the part that you would want, is on the beat, and then the pre-roll is put ahead. So if I was to do this in Cubase over here and be like, oh, I want the same thing, and you draw in your thing. Let's close this for a second. If I was to draw this into Cubase and I was just put it here on this beat, oh, I want it right here. This would start the pre-roll from here, and then it would go bang and hit somewhere around here. So what we're doing in Perc X is like the bang is right where you put it, and the pre-roll goes ahead. And that's really, really, really handy since a lot of these things kind of have that good reverse or pre-roll sort of sound. That's what makes it so I'm thinking, man, I should really give it a shot. But here, this is all the pre-roll. I just put it right there and it added the pre-roll ahead. So that's very handy. Obviously, great. That's great. So yeah, if you wanted to add your own patterns, obviously that's very handy. Let's try just a couple more sounds. I mean, I'm still using the cinematic. Let's try core kits, because that's probably the one that most people would want to know, because it's the cheapest one. Pretty easy to get going here. Alright, their bongo seems pretty awesome. This just actually made me smile big, because here's how I will use this application now. Instead of going into the edit mode and just really going to town, making a pattern from scratch, which is something I was thinking about doing for this video, but no need anymore. What you do is, what the heck button is default? C2. All right. Check this out. You drag in a section, loop it, go. Then you go in here. So I could have the bongo section play. What if I don't like those bongos? And what if they don't really match my track? They're turned off now. They're in manual mode. So what if I then go like this? Hey, I'm gonna record a track here. Which button was it first? Okay. There's my bongo section. And I've got it separated here. And do I dare quantize it? No, we'll just... Okay, maybe I should quantize it. So you could technically do this for every instance, or every... you'd probably have to open up a few instances of Perc X to do it specifically this way if you want to keep changing different sections, because if you like the pattern for one of them, and then you want to switch it to be manual mode. Oh, actually just found out if you double click, all of them go into manual mode. So now it won't work. Except my bongos are the only thing that will work. And if I go like this, it goes back to the other one. Stuff to fiddle with. You know, you always kind of come up with your own, the way you want to work with whatever your workflow is. That's how I would use this thing, because I like the patterns by and large, but then little bits you can sort of tailor to fit your project, and then you don't necessarily have to go through the edit mode unless you have a pre-roll sample, which would be very, very, very helpful. Instead of literally dragging it by eyeball. Like before, if you wanted to do that in Cubase, you'd have to drag it at some random point before where it actually hits, and it just kind of does it for you, which is handy. Excuse me. I bet you this needs to be patched a bit. Because, like, these probably shouldn't be so... You can hear how the later ones have a full trail on them. So that's probably something that'll get fixed, I would imagine. Like I said, just came out. Yeah, a lot of pre-roll going on in this one. I don't know what I was looking at before. Something weird. I was just about to say, do I have to turn this off and I'm back on? I don't know. Turns out, no. I guess you're just not supposed to use these long pre-roll ones at the start. Which makes sense, because, you know, why would you do that? So here's a good one. Let's actually just use this already. Let's go back. To mix. Yeah, I'm getting excited for what I can do with this, especially since I need this for projects I'm working on very recently. All right, I froze it or got into some weird mode that I have no idea how to get out of it. It's fine. Reset it. Works fine now. Found this really badass patch. Well, I guess I'm just looking at them alphabetical. I do that by hitting all. There you go. Just right click and it shows you all. Wait, nope. Ah, there we go. It's a pretty good one. Cat's meowing. Okay. All right, let's show you guys the FX section. The control section and the FX. Okay, well, let's do both together. Because I was messing around with this the other day and it was rad. So let's just get a loop going again. Boom. Maybe it didn't like me making this loop. Maybe I'm gonna have to fix my workflow dreams. We'll see. Hopefully not. Alright, so we're gonna loop this. So now I don't have to push the button. And I want to start adding effects to it. What was I doing before? Shaping. I think that's what I had. Shaping. No, dynamics, that's right. Let's go to all. And let's add this knob for everything, all the dynamics, to control 1. Let's make it maximum. I don't know. Is that something? No, let's just keep it vanilla. Okay. Now control 1 has 4 targets, and it's the velocity of all 4 patterns. So 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So what I'm gonna do, hit CC. You can say have it trigger by an envelope, have it trigger by sequence, or have it trigger by CC, and it's the only one that makes sense to me right now. And I can MIDI learn and say this knob. Right? That's good. That's fun for workflow. Fun for workflow purposes. Let's get that all the way up. She said. But let's get a little crazier. Let's add filter stuff. I think this is just the resonance slope. Alright, okay, enough fiddling with that. Let's add that one to control. Whoops. Let's do the whole thing. I don't really know why or what I'm doing. Let's actually add this one to a weird slope so it cuts up hard. So now control 2, hear that? Let's say MIDI learn this knob. Trying to meow near the bedroom where my wife and son are sleeping. Alright, so this knob controls dynamic. This knob controls my filter, which I've like just set to like such an extreme amount. Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have set it to be so extreme. Now it's weird. Okay, let's try this again. Remove connection. Add to connection 2. Yeah. Okay, so now it's only from 0 to top. Alright, let's fix that. Now we're sitting pretty. Nice. So let's just add a different sound to that. Double click to set the tempo. Rolls. Oh shoot, the whole time I've been playing at not the default tempo or whatever the settings are. Wait a second. So yeah, sorry, I got kind of carried away there. Let's hear what else they have. Instead, shape, transient. What if we set that to be higher? Can I do that from here instead of resetting? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Maybe it's not a good patch to demonstrate it. Alright, something silly's happened here. Yeah, maybe not the best example of what you can do there. Let's go no effect. There, you can get crazy with some of these. I'm sure that's rad if you know what the heck you're doing, but I'm not doing that correctly. It's Brazzle? Okay, what you would probably want to do here instead is say, all right, let's go to remove connection. Let's go to 3. Let's just get crazy here. And say set it to be a sequence. And then go like this. So yeah, it doesn't sound the best with Spretzel or whatever it is, but that's kind of cool how you can set your effects to be triggered by a sequencer like that, or an envelope. So that could be kind of like your LFO going over like. Why don't I just try that? Let's just remove that and let's go back to filter. Remove connection. Let's go to 4 for a second. And let's try it again. Envelope. Oh, it only lets you do one. Oh, okay, here you go. I'm not sure why it goes back up, but that's one of those things where you just have to kind of fiddle with it and learn what's going on. Other than that, if you want to download more patches for it, I think you can do it from the store, but it's got personal information on there, so I won't open it. I think that's it, guys. You can also open up a second set. You know, you can have 2 going at once. Other than that, that's the one thing where I can't really get a good demonstration for you, the key editor, but I'm sure you get it. Like, you can look at all the crazy crap here. You can also record stuff. I can't remember how they said in the manual, but you set it to record, and then there's a click track that plays, and then you can record your own stuff in there. And this automation matrix, I don't know. They're pretty helpful about having what you're pointing at up here in this window. So right click, choose the shape effect. Velocity shape 1. I don't know. That's basically it. That's going to wrap it up, everyone. That's another episode of Noodling Around with your friend Matt Creamer. Perc X is currently on sale because it's a launch, so it's on a launch sale at the time of this recording. Anyways, hopefully I get it up before the sale ends. But if you guys have any questions, because I'm sure you're wondering, you know, you're doing your research, your due diligence, do that. It's very smart. If you're doing your due diligence and you have questions that I didn't answer in this video, feel free to comment them at the bottom, and I'll try and let you guys know what's going on. Other than that, that's Perc X. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Feel free to do all that stuff. Go to my Bandcamp. Look at my other albums that I've released, including Shakedown Hawaii, which just came out, and no one is checking out, and it's really bumming me out. So just check it out. It's all you have to just check it out. That's all you gotta do. I'm also on Spotify, so feel free to check me out on there. Things are happening. Wheel is turning. I'm trying to make more music, so just keep your eye on my Twitter for what's going on. And we'll see you guys next time for another exciting, enthralling, tantalizing episode of Noodling Around with Matt Creamer.